Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. When the Washington Commanders unveiled their depth chart for the highly anticipated regular season opener against the New York Giants, one name caught fans completely off guard, sparking a wave of surprise and chatter across social media and sports talk shows alike. Kroskmerit, the seventh-round rookie who had captured hearts and headlines all throughout training camp and preseason games, found himself listed as the fourth running back, trailing behind Austin Ekeler, Jeremy McNichols, and Chris Rodriguez Jr., despite the offseason buzz surrounding his potential. The rookie, who had performed at such a high level that the team traded starter Brian Robinson Jr. to the San Francisco 49ers in part to clear a path for him, now faced a reality check. Fans who had envisioned Kroskmerit stepping into a prominent role immediately were left scratching their heads, questioning how a player with so much preseason momentum could start the season buried on the depth chart. And yet the situation is far from hopeless. Despite the official depth chart listing Kroskmerit as fourth, there are compelling reasons for fans to remain optimistic about his immediate contributions to the team, especially in a league that has increasingly embraced running back committees and situational usage rather than relying solely on one bell cow back to shoulder the majority of the offensive workload. Modern football has evolved to a point where even a player listed deep on the chart can find ample opportunities to make meaningful contributions, whether through special teams, receiving out of the backfield, or situational carries designed to exploit defensive mismatches. Kroskmerit's dynamic skill set and versatility make him an ideal candidate to see early season snaps that could translate into game-changing plays, particularly in third-down packages or screen opportunities where his agility and vision can be maximized. Moreover, teams frequently manipulate depth charts for strategic reasons, and a rookie like Kroskmerit may be positioned lower publicly while still participating extensively in practice reps and preseason schemes designed to accelerate his learning curve and integration into the offense. Reports from inside the Commanders' practice facility suggest that the depth chart might not tell the full story, indicating that Kroskmerit continues to receive significant repetitions and is viewed by the coaching staff as a key component of their offensive plans. J.P. Finley of NBC Sports noted that Kroskmerit has been operating as the second-team running back in practice behind only Austin Ekeler, which paints a much rosier picture than the initial depth chart suggested. Observers who watched Wednesday's sessions were impressed by the rookie's speed, decisiveness, and ability to read defenses in real time, demonstrating that his readiness to contribute on Sunday is arguably closer to that of a starter than his listing would imply. This nuance is often lost in headline reporting, but in the context of team preparation, reps, and scheme, Kroskmerit's impact could be significant from week one, reinforcing the idea that fans should not overreact to a seemingly modest position on paper. The Commanders' coaching staff has historically employed creative approaches to player development, which could work in Kroskmerit's favor as he navigates the early stages of his professional career. It is not unusual for talented rookies to begin their NFL journeys with limited game exposure, only to explode once they fully acclimate to the pace, physicality, and complexity of the league. 2 seasons ago, for example, Miami Dolphins rookie Devon Achane sat out week one as a healthy scratch, yet he came roaring back to record over 200 rushing yards and contribute 4 total touchdowns just 2 weeks later. These examples demonstrate that patience, combined with consistent practice reps and a willingness to learn the nuances of an NFL offense, can set the stage for a breakout performance that validates the hype surrounding a rookie's potential, suggesting that Kroskmerit could follow a similar trajectory. Beyond the individual storyline, the context of the Commanders' team culture adds additional layers of intrigue for Kroskmerit's rookie campaign. Head coach Dan Quinn has instilled a mindset emphasizing relentless improvement, accountability, and clarity, which is likely to benefit young players navigating the pressures of professional football. Quinn's mantra of "get better" or "get out" is not just rhetoric. It shapes practice intensity, positional battles, and game-day decision-making, creating an environment where performance is rewarded regardless of preseason expectations. By operating in a culture that prioritizes competition and transparency, Kroskmerit is positioned to earn opportunities based on merit, suggesting that his official placement on the depth chart is just one factor in a much larger evaluation of his abilities, resilience, and adaptability. The rookie's willingness to embrace this culture could ultimately accelerate his path to a featured role. Washington's offseason moves further underscore the team's commitment to building a dynamic and versatile roster capable of supporting both established stars and promising newcomers like Kroskmerit. The acquisition of star wide receiver Deebo Samuel and veteran pass rusher Von Miller has not only bolstered the team's offensive and defensive capabilities, but also established a culture of leadership and mentorship that can benefit young players. Kroskmerit has the chance to learn from these experienced veterans, integrating their insights into his preparation, understanding of game tempo, and situational awareness. This dynamic fosters an environment where rookies can accelerate their development by observing and replicating high-level performance, potentially creating scenarios where Kroskmerit can exploit matchups and carve out a significant role even in the shadow of other backs listed ahead of him on the depth chart. Strategically, the Commanders' use of multiple running backs is well aligned with contemporary NFL trends, which increasingly favor committee approaches to reduce wear and tear on individual players while maintaining unpredictable offensive schemes. In this system, even the fourth listed back can play a pivotal role on early downs, passing situations, and special teams, creating avenues for high-impact plays without requiring a full-time starter designation. Kroskmerit's skill set, combining speed, agility, and pass-catching ability, is well suited for these scenarios, suggesting that fans should watch for his involvement in red zone packages, third down conversions, and outside zone runs. By maximizing his opportunities in a committee system, the rookie could gradually emerge as a central figure in the Commanders' offense, demonstrating that depth chart placement is not always a direct reflection of on-field influence. The precedent for rookie running backs making swift impacts after limited early opportunities provides further reason for optimism. Historical examples abound where first-year backs spent initial weeks adapting, learning schemes, and observing defensive tendencies, only to explode onto the scene with standout performances that shifted team momentum and fan perceptions overnight. Kroskmerit fits this mold, combining natural athleticism with a high football IQ and demonstrated ability to absorb coaching instructions quickly. As he gains familiarity with the nuances of NFL defenses and timing within the Commanders' offensive system, his touches could increase incrementally, setting the stage for a gradual, yet impactful integration into the regular season rotation that fulfills the promise displayed during camp and preseason. As the Commanders prepare to face the Giants in their season opener, all eyes will be on Kroskmerit, but the narrative should be approached with measured expectations and optimism. While officially listed as fourth on the depth chart, multiple indicators point to meaningful involvement from Week 1, whether through situational snaps, special teams contributions, or rotational touches designed to exploit mismatches. Coupled with Dan Quinn's culture of relentless improvement and the presence of seasoned veterans to mentor young players, Kroskmerit is well-positioned to translate his preseason promise into tangible results. Fans should anticipate an exciting season where the rookie can gradually rise to prominence, demonstrating that early setbacks on the depth chart may merely serve as a setup for a breakout story worthy of the hype surrounding Washington's newest offensive weapon. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. The NFL world is buzzing with speculation and whispers tonight as the news breaks. Surtain II, widely regarded as one of the top cornerbacks in the league, is reportedly set to join the Washington Commanders. This move, if finalized, would instantly alter the defensive dynamics of the franchise, giving them a shutdown presence that has been conspicuously absent for years. Fans and analysts alike are already envisioning how Surtain's arrival could transform the secondary, injecting a rare combination of agility, football IQ, and instinctual playmaking that has defined his career in the league so far. The rumor mill has been churning relentlessly, with sources hinting that the Commanders' front office has been in deep discussions, negotiating tirelessly to secure a player whose reputation as a lockdown corner is matched only by his consistency and professionalism. Social media has erupted with speculation, highlighting every nuance of this potential blockbuster, and the excitement is palpable as the league braces for a possible seismic shift in defensive power. Surtain's journey to this rumored destination has been the subject of intense scrutiny, as insiders suggest that the Commanders have been eyeing him for months, waiting for the perfect opportunity to make a decisive move. Analysts note that his skill set fits seamlessly into Washington's defensive philosophy, emphasizing aggressive man-to-man coverage and versatility in schemes that can confuse opposing quarterbacks. Sources close to the situation indicate that Surtain's agent has been in continuous talks with multiple teams, but there's a growing sense that the Commanders' vision of a dominant secondary and their financial flexibility have created a compelling case for him to commit. Fans are dissecting highlight reels of his past seasons, marveling at his ability to shadow top-tier receivers and make game-changing plays with almost supernatural anticipation. Meanwhile, former players and commentators are weighing in on podcasts, dissecting every possible implication of this move, fueling speculation that Surtain joining Washington might be the catalyst for a championship-caliber defense. The potential impact of Surtain on the Commanders' locker room chemistry has become another layer of conversation, with sources suggesting that his leadership and quiet confidence could uplift a unit in search of identity. Observers note that integrating a player of his caliber could not only elevate the defensive scheme, but also instill a culture of discipline and accountability across the roster. Rumors hint that coaches have been restructuring defensive packages, planning to leverage his man-to-man dominance while pairing him with complementary safeties capable of roaming and creating turnovers. Social media debates have exploded over who would benefit most from Surtain's presence, with some predicting a chain reaction where other free agents and rising stars might be influenced to join the franchise. Even rival fan bases are reluctantly acknowledging that this potential acquisition could redefine the balance of power within the division. Analysts continue to speculate on his impact on team strategy, wondering if his presence could allow the Commanders to play more aggressively in other areas, knowing the secondary is now anchored by one of the league's elite. Financial whispers surrounding the deal add another layer of intrigue, as sources indicate that the Commanders are exploring a contract structure designed to maximize value while ensuring flexibility for the roster. Insiders suggest that the team is leveraging a combination of signing bonuses, performance incentives, and guaranteed money to make Surtain feel both secure and motivated, a strategy that has worked with other marquee acquisitions in the past. Rumors are swirling that the cornerback himself has specific demands regarding guarantees and role expectations, reflecting his status as a premier player in the league. Agents, front office executives, and salary cap analysts are said to be dissecting every clause, with speculation that the final terms could influence other high-profile negotiations across the NFL. Fans have taken to forums to theorize about potential numbers, arguing over how much a player of his caliber should command and whether the Commanders are overextending. Amid all this, the excitement and uncertainty only fuel the narrative, keeping the rumor mill spinning and fan anticipation at fever pitch. Adding fuel to the speculative fire are reports suggesting that Surtain has already begun informal discussions with key Commanders personnel, including coaching staff and defensive coordinators. Sources claim that conversations have revolved around schemes, coverage responsibilities, and leadership expectations, hinting that both sides are seriously evaluating a long-term partnership. Observers note that his presence could allow the team to implement riskier blitz packages and more aggressive secondary strategies, knowing that Surtain's coverage skills would mitigate potential vulnerabilities. The buzz has also extended to fantasy football circles, where analysts are projecting how his arrival might impact interceptions, pass deflections, and overall defensive rankings. Meanwhile, fan-made graphics, highlight reels, and speculative mock-ups of him in the Commanders' uniform are spreading like wildfire across social media platforms, intensifying the aura of inevitability that surrounds this move. Every statement, every photo, and every subtle leak is being dissected for clues, turning this potential acquisition into one of the most talked-about stories of the offseason. As the rumor solidifies, questions about timing and official announcements are taking center stage, with insiders hinting at a narrow window in which the deal could be finalized. Analysts speculate that final touches may hinge on medical evaluations, logistical arrangements, and the team's strategic planning for training camp. Some suggest that Surtain's potential decision is being influenced not only by financial considerations, but also by the opportunity to compete at the highest level alongside a roster that is slowly trending toward contention. Fan forums are awash with speculation about the domino effect this acquisition could trigger, from draft strategy adjustments to potential free agent moves that would complement Surtain's presence. The energy around the story is so intense that it has infiltrated casual discussions, podcasts, and national sports media, transforming a single player's potential move into a narrative that could dominate headlines for weeks. Analysts are predicting that, if confirmed, the announcement could set social media ablaze, trending across platforms and igniting debates across fan communities nationwide. Surtain's hypothetical impact on the division rivals is another element adding intrigue, with whispers suggesting that teams like the Cowboys, Eagles, and Giants are bracing for a defensive recalibration. Analysts speculate that his ability to neutralize top receivers could shift game plans, forcing offenses to rethink their routes, passing windows, and quarterback decision-making under pressure. Rumors hint that other defensive players in the Commanders roster may feel inspired to elevate their performance, sensing the opportunity to play alongside one of the league's elite corners. Meanwhile, rival teams are reportedly monitoring the situation closely, analyzing how their schemes may need adjustment to counter a bolstered secondary. Fan chatter often oscillates between excitement and apprehension, reflecting the sense that this move could create ripple effects across the division, altering playoff prospects and seeding battles. The narrative continues to evolve, blending speculation with strategy analysis and maintaining a heightened level of engagement across traditional and digital media platforms. Beyond the technical implications, Surtain's potential arrival carries significant cultural and symbolic weight for the Commanders franchise. Sources suggest that acquiring a player of his pedigree could mark a new era, signaling the team's ambition to compete at the highest level and attract other elite talent. Rumors indicate that internal discussions have touched on leadership roles, community presence, and the example he would set for younger players entering the league. Observers note that cornerbacks of Surtain's caliber rarely become free agents, making this possible alignment feel like a convergence of timing, vision, and strategy. Analysts have begun drawing parallels with other transformative acquisitions in NFL history, projecting potential outcomes on team identity, public perception, and long-term success. Fans are crafting their own narratives about how his personality and professionalism could resonate within the locker room, shaping the ethos of a franchise in ways that transcend statistics, creating excitement not just for the upcoming season, but for years to come. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.